I'm sure you know what your zodiac sign is, but do you know how to differentiate between your sun, moon, rising, and the 12 houses? Do you even know what they stand for and represent? In today's video, I am going to be diving into the moon sign. This is a continuation to the series on our natal chart, and today we're just going to be giving you a brief overview of what the moon sign represents in our lives and how we can use this to understand ourselves better. If you're interested in learning what your moon sign is, keep watching. All right, so our moon sign. So I got into astrology. I was really interested in it from very, very young. So for me, I was just always interested in my sun sign. I'm a Pisces, and I know that, and I would read on it and be interested in that and my compatibility and things like that. Stay tuned for the compatibility series as well. I'm gonna be diving into each sign and who you're compatible with and like the different signs and why you kind of just mesh together very well. Yeah, but I was always interested in my horoscope and astrology from very young. So when I started on my spiritual journey and then I realized like, hey, there's more to me than just, a regular Pisces. Like I'm dynamic here. I was able to dive in deep to my natal chart. And my natal chart broke down my sun, moon, rising sign, and my 12 houses. The moon sign tells you a lot about your emotional body and how you process your emotions on a unconscious level. We already know that the moon deals with emotions. That is what the moon naturally does. When it's a full moon, a lot of times people say, oh, it must be a full moon outside because people acting crazy, and it's like just emotions are high and people are, during a full moon, a lot of times you may hear people say, what, it might be a full moon outside because people going crazy. It's because those emotions are high during that time. So we know that our emotions are in direct response with the moon. So our moon sign, of course, deals with our emotions. So I mentioned this in the first video, but if you do not know how to find your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, you can always go ahead and look up your natal chart. In your natal chart, it breaks down all of the signs, and it really gives you a great depiction of all the signs that you make you up, or you're made up of, however you say that. Whatever the perfect grammar is for that, because I'm Jamaican, we say things kind of backwards sometimes. But yes, so if you look up your natal chart, you'll be able to find out your sun, moon, rising sign, and the signs of your 12 houses. So according to Cafe Astrology, the moon sign represents your emotional response, your unconscious predestination, and self-image, how you look at yourself. So like I said before, the moon represents emotions. So your moon sign is going to tell you how you process these emotions and how you respond in an emotional manner. It also shows how you are when you're most comfortable. Like when you're home around the people that make you feel comfortable, how are you truly, not the image that you give out to the world when you're not in your comfort zone, but it explains how you are when you're home, when you're comfortable, when you're around your loved ones. So for me, I am a moon in Aries, which is totally different than my sun sign, which is in Pisces. So I have these two opposites. My sun sign is in a water sign, which is Pisces, and my moon sign, which is the water, is in a fiery Aries. It's kind of like the opposite in both signs for me. But as an Aries moon, I can kind of be like impulsive. I want things done, and I can be kind of impatient. So this part is my fiery side. The Aries in me likes to get things done almost like instantly. And that's a good trait for me because sometimes as a Pisces sun, I can be kind of dreamy and put things off. But my Aries side allows me to get things done. And that's one of my things that I live by. One of my affirmations is to do what I say I'm going to do in that moment. And I guess that's part of my Aries moon. For me, putting things off and waiting only delays the process, and progress doesn't happen when you keep putting off, putting off, putting off. If I say I'm going to do something and I'm committed to it, I like to try to do it in that moment while it's still on my mind before I move on and forget about it and then it doesn't get done. So, as an Aries moon, I can be very independent and I possess a lot of self confidence. So, I like to do things, I like to be independent and work on things and go out and do things. And that is that Aries part of me that want to keep going and doing things, and there's always more, and there's more and more and more, and always bigger and better things that I can be doing. And also, as an Aries moon, there's times where, according to cafe astrology, that I can be very confrontational, which I don't feel is truly accurate for me because my sun sign is in Pisces. So I'm actually one of those sweeter, softer. I withdraw from confrontation. I don't really like confrontation. So I feel like that part of me takes over more than the Aries side of me that wants to be kind of like that fiery, confrontational, go back and forth. One thing about it is I used to really like pull away from confrontation. I don't want to talk about it. Like, for me, the best thing was to like get away, think about it, process it, and then come back and we'll talk about it. And that works best for me. But as a Aries, now I'm getting more in touch with that Aries moon sign. So I like to talk about something that's bothering me in the moment. And I don't like to put it off or act like nothing's happening or nothing's wrong. I talk about it. I resolve the issues and then we move forward, and it's not something that I have to keep bringing up. In the past, I was bringing up things of the past and not fully letting go and holding things in my heart, and that wasn't good for me. So I had to learn and I had to grow through that. So the Aries side of me is more of the type to like want to talk about it and want to bring things up front. Also, as an Aries, I am confident. I put myself out there and I'm outgoing. And there's sometimes with the Pisces in me, I would like to be kind of like to myself. So it's like a good perfect mixture. And that's why I say you can't go off of one sign or one horoscope or one reading. That's why your natal chart is so dynamic. It's certain things that are in your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, in your houses that are not going to be for you, and you'll be able to decipher and pick those things out. A moon in Aries may have plenty of crushes and kind of short-lived relationship and intense desires. Aries wants and needs kind of becomes one. So we get so obsessive about the things that we want that it becomes something that we need, and then we're kind of like impulsive with purchasing and buying things that we maybe don't need. I can say that I'm guilty of this. Like a couple of months ago when I bought my camera, I brought like all of the equipment to go with it. I bought another tripod, which I never opened the box. I opened a gimbal, which I don't even know how to use. I tried to set up and I don't even know how to use it. So I can say that I can be impulsive sometimes. One of the things that they said was made for the Aries moon is to like take your credit card and freeze it in like ice water, and by the time like it melts, your impulse to want to shop or buy something should go away. And I can say that I have a perfect balance to this, because sometimes like once I want something, it can get like that where I'm obsessive and I have to purchase stuff. But then at times it's like I don't buy anything for months. Like I don't go shopping, I don't buy anything. So it's kind of like a perfect balance for me. I'm okay with being able to get what I want when I want it, but I do need to kind of think things through and not just buy everything I want, but buy the things that I need. One thing about our Aries moon is that we're not here to play any emotional games. We're kind of really cut, dry, and straight to the point. We like to put things on the table and this is what it is. We're not playing no games with you. We're not trying to finagle you out of nothing, because it is what it is. We are ruled by that emotion, and Our needs are very, very clear. There's no guessing. Our aura can be kind of childlike and innocent. So a lot of times people around us give us what we need and what we want without it being something that's like drawn out or hard to get. And it's kind of really charming. We don't play these emotional manipulation games. That's one thing you're not going to be getting from an Aries moon. So real quick, I'm going to be reading about my moon sign being in my 5th house and how that represents me, and I'll let you know some of the things that may be right or may be wrong. Let's see what it says. And I'm reading my birth chart off of Cafe Astrology. I'll put the link in the description box below if you like. I'm going to share my screen with you so you guys can read along as well. All right, here we go. Moon in the 5th house. She likes pleasures, distractions of all sorts. Emotional life is rich. Yes, it is very rich. She loves children and may have a lot. I love children. I love children. She will be self-taught. I do teach myself a lot of things. You love to share emotional experience with love. You love to share emotional experiences with the loved ones and have a flair for the dramatic. You know, I'm extra, honey. Extra with like XXX. Extra. Love affairs are magnetic and intense. That's true. And you don't take them lightly by any means. No, I love hard. I love hard. Like, I don't play around when it comes down to loving people. Although you may go through much change with regards to your romances, you are attached to children, whether they're your own or not. That is so true. I be obsessed. I be stalking kids on Instagram and stuff. Like, they so cute. Your creative hobbies are subject to relatively frequent changes, and you have innate artistic talent. That is so true. My hobbies do change. I do want to get an acoustic guitar for my birthday. I don't know how to play it, and I will be teaching myself, so I'm self-taught. And but that's one of the things that I want. I've been drawn to it, and that's what I want for my birthday. My 30th birthday is March 17th, guys. So yeah, I want to get an acoustic guitar. You have a vivid imagination and are given to daydreaming often. Yes, I am. There is a sense that you are always in touch to trying to get in touch with your inner child. That's so right. I'm always trying to get in touch with my inner child, because that inner child is that part of us that was so innocent, that didn't care about what other people thought, or we were just free. And I always am on that journey to be free and not be thinking about what other people do or comparing myself to other people. If the moon is challenged, you may have problems with impulse shopping or gambling, or with frequent love affairs that never fully satisfy you. In any of these cases, you are more attached to the game than the player, and this is something to work on if you're looking to find true fulfillment. You might take risks just for the fun of it, but in the process, you are being irresponsible to others and yourself. That kind of sums it up for me. And I do feel like it's pretty accurate. Are any of you a moon sign in Aries, or Aries sun, or rising, or anywhere else in your chart? And does any of this stuff resonate with you? Comment down below your moon sign and let's chat about some of the things that you discovered by checking out your natal chart. This is so fun for me to kind of dive into my chart and then see certain things about myself that I don't really kind of like look at often. Like, I've read through my natal chart, but like that probably was a few years ago, or yeah, about a year ago was the last time I really checked it out. So it's kind of fun for me to break it down and talk about the different signs and the different areas of our chart here on my channel. Let me know if you like this series down below. Drop some moons. Drop the moon emoji. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next live or my next video. I love you guys so much. And remember, change starts in your mind. You change your mind and you change your whole life.